Welcome back. She's a dynamic physical education teacher from Georgia who's challenging women to make real moves. Her new book, Come On Beautiful Moves, great book, Real Moves That Will Change the Course of Your Life, is a guide to help women of all colors navigate challenges that come with weight gain during the holiday season. Joining me now is author Nikki Conley with some information we can definitely use this time of year especially. Now, I understand that you came up with this idea as a PE teacher.
Right.
What made you decide to write it and then aim these lessons to women?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I have taught PE for about 15 years. I get 15, 13, something like that. But I've been teaching a long time, and for 10 of those years, I taught right here in Atlanta Public Schools. And as a PE teacher, there were many times when I saw students who were obese, and they would come back and tell me, I've gone to the doctor, I've been diagnosed with pre-diabetes, or even I remember I had one student who was diagnosed with diabetes, and it broke my heart because they were very, very young. And I'm like, these are things that can be prevented. And I would go and talk with their parents. A lot of times it would be their mothers or their grandmothers, and I would see that they themselves were dealing with preventable diseases and conditions. And so what that taught me was that the behaviors were not being modeled at home, therefore it was affecting our children.
It's definitely an entire family dynamic.
Absolutely.
So how, as a woman, if you're supporting the family and you're working and you're dealing with so much stuff, how do you create that balance where you can incorporate some healthy things into your routine for your family?
Well, this is one of the things that we do with my family and that we preach, is that we work together. We want to make sure that I understand women are working. Women have to drop kids off at practice. Women have to, I mean, there's so much that we do. And what we have to make sure is that we balance that. And we do that. The book will tell you exactly. You might not say you have time, but you have time. For example, if you're dropping your kid off at soccer, basketball, track, piano practice, during that time when you drop, why don't you get your tennis shoes, keep them in the back of your car, the back of your trunk, and go and put them on and walk the perimeter of the field that they're practicing
That's
on.
a great idea.
Thank you, thank you.
There are definitely ways to do that. And I also noticed in the book that you talked about hair.
I did.
We get our hair done and we want to look good, and sometimes for some women, that's a reason not to sweat it out.
It is. I call it the big elephant in the room. I really do.
Yeah.
Especially for African American women. Our hair sometimes can be a barrier if we allow it. And by a barrier, I mean we get it done, and we spend a lot of money to get our hair pressed and permed and curled. And what happens is we don't want to sweat our hair out. We don't want to get it wet. We don't want to go swimming, and you can't touch it. And that is truly a barrier.
And there are so many alternatives.
Absolutely there. And I discussed those alternatives in the book. I just want women to flip the script in the sense of get your priorities in order, because even if your hair is beautiful, what difference does it make if you're not healthy
and your children aren't healthy?
Right, exactly. So that is one of the main things that I talk about in the book.
Very simple steps and a quick, good read as well.
Thank you. Yes.
Now, if you would like to read Nikki's book, it is available on Amazon. Plus, get this, you get a chance to meet her in person at our book signing this afternoon at 12. It's going to be held at the Andrew and Walter Young YMCA, located at 2220 Campbellton Road in Atlanta. Be there. Great way to start off the new year. Thank you.